Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Tuesday. It's the 30th of September, 2025. Thanks for being here. Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: win conditions are better than style points. Don't know if you watch NCAA football or not, but this weekend, with 3 seconds left, Indiana was looking at 4th and 19. They were deep in their own end. They were up 20-3 at Iowa. Now, they could have punted, but they would have risked a block, a return, a penalty, or any number of other things that could have given Iowa the opportunity to come out and do a flutie and throw a touchdown pass. So what did they do instead? Well, they had their quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. He sprinted 40 yards into his own end zone, fell down, safety. Clock hit 0, and they won the ball game 20-15. Thank you, Turk. Hush, I'm talking. Turk doesn't understand live streams. Okay, Coach Kurt Signetti traded 2 meaningless points for a 100% chance at the win. He knew that that would give them enough time to kill the clock and deny Iowa a chance to do anything. That's not flashy. That's situational genius. That's 1,000 IQ points right there. After the game, Mendoza joked. He said he cooked people's spreads, which by that point on X and Facebook and all over the internet, people were saying he did it to change the spread. He had points and blah, blah. No, he didn't. He doesn't care about the spread, no matter what you gamblers think. So there's no conspiracy theory. He wanted to win the game, period, underline. And that's what they did. Leaders don't manage to the crowd. They manage to win. And that's what he did. And I've done this almost exact same thing in a game. Several years ago, that team I've mentioned that we had 15 kids, loaded for bear, only allowed 1 touchdown during the regular season kickoff return. And that's why I stopped kicking it deep ever again. We were playing a team. We were the Ben Franklin Lions. And playing a team called the Wolverines. Fast. One of easily the fastest team we had played all year long. And the score towards the end of the game showed it. We were winning 6-0. We had less than a minute left. We had 1 timeout left. They had no timeouts left. We had the ball about on our own 20. We couldn't punt to save our life, and we were not going to give them a chance to run it back and tie the game and then win it on an extra point. So Gerald Schallenberger, our head coach, we'd called timeout, and I hear from the sideline my dad up in the stand saying, Patrick, safety. Light bulb went on. It was like Jake in the church, the band, right? So we called an intentional safety, and our quarterback, one of the most talented kids I've ever coached, a kid named Greg Henderson, he ended up playing at Rice. So did his younger brother, by the way. Incredibly smart. That's why he went to Rice, but a great football player. In fact, he and a kid named B.J. Samansky, I would say pound for pound, the most athletically gifted kids I've ever coached. Anyway, Greg was like, no, we don't want to give them any points. They could win. And we were like, Greg, do it. We don't have time to explain. Turn around, run the ball as fast as you can, get into that end zone, run around as long as you can, kill as much time as you can. When they are about to tackle you, fall down. If they hit you, we'll get a penalty and it'll be better. He was like, okay, fine. He did it. He ran, boom, safety, 6-2. Again, less than a minute left. We kicked the ball intentionally to one of their biggest, heaviest kids. Big lineman, slow as forever. We took him down pretty easily. And then we ran out the clock. We won the game. Our defense held it. We won the game 6-2. And that punched our ticket to get into the championship game, where we beat a really good team, but a team that the Wolverines had beaten by several touchdowns. And we won that game 38-6. Beat the Leopards in the Toy Bowl. Yeah, that's what the boys club called their championship game, the Toy Bowl. After the game, their coach, we're doing the handshaking deal. He came up to me and Gerald, and he said, the minute I saw Greg run into the end zone, I knew what you were doing. And he said, and I knew your defense would be able to hold us. Good call, coaches. He said, congratulations. And we were like, Coach, as far as we're concerned, today was the championship. He said, oh, I agree. He said, you're going to win next week. And we did. So here's the leadership takeaway. Define your win conditions early. If your mission is to secure the outcome, don't worry about aesthetics. Don't worry about bonus metrics. Indiana's job was not to win by 7 or more. It was to win, period, underlined. Who cares about the spread? I don't care if I win by a point or 50. Winning is winning, because at the end of the season, no one puts an asterisk next to an undefeated record that says, yeah, but they had to, get an intentional. No, it doesn't matter. A win is a win. Eliminate your failure paths, because punts can be blocked, returns can go to the house, flags can fly. Sometimes the safest path looks weird. It looks intentionally stupid, but it's still the safest path. That intentional safety, Indiana, again, 1,000 IQ points right there. So give simple, executable orders to your team, to your team members. One call, one actor, one clock. Mendoza had one clear directive, and he did it. He ran into that end zone. He fell down. Safety. His precision defeated the possible chaos. Ignore outside incentives, applause, headlines, chatter from the cheap seats. None of that is the scoreboard. Dial in your mission and win the game, period. Underline. Teach situational tasks at work. End of game thinking matters Monday at 4:57 p.m. Know what's on the clock. Know what's on the scoreboard. Know the field position. Know the risk. Know the cleanest way to end the game with that you. Because if you're running a team today, you have to set the win condition. That's it. That's simple. Prune the risk branches, get rid of them. Make the intentional safety call when it's the best call to win the game, period. And that is today's Red Mike message. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will give me a like, a follow, and a share. I appreciate you guys so very much. Hope you enjoyed this one today. It was fun for me. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you very much. Until next time. Life is short. Drink the bourbon. Oh, and by the way, if you know Gerald, tell him you heard a nice story about him on today's Red Mic. I love you. Bye, guys.